Okay, good night, Facebook. I'm really just doing a test here because I have audio issues with my phone and with the computer, the live is hazy. So, the experts, those of you who are experts in this, my camera screen that has been cleaned, I cleaned that. So, there are no issues there. So, I really don't know what to do to fix that situation. I have no idea what to do. Right, so any of you can give me some tips as to how to sort out this challenge that I'm facing here. Yes, I cleaned my camera screen and all of that, and the picture is still showing up hazy. But I wanted to come on. My name is Marcia Braveboy, and welcome to the Braveboy Report page. I come on here just for about 2 minutes to speak about the rise of the third parties, and in particular Watson Duke's PDP. Okay, they're telling me the current frame rate is too low. Please set the frame rate to 15 to 60 FPS. I have no idea how to do that. So if anyone can tell me about that and how to do that, I would appreciate it very much. I would have to learn about that afterwards. But I was making the point about Watson Duke's loaf of bread politics. Now, for those of you who follow politics, regional politics, and who know about the history of our charismatic prime ministers of the region from Grenada to Jamaica, you would know Sir Eric Gairy for his Mongoose Gang politics, but you never knew him for his corned beef and cricks politics, right? And that is a demeaning, belittling, lower end, cheap kind of politics that Grenadians spoke out against and abandoned many years ago. And you remember there was a businesswoman, her name was Frances, I can't remember her surname. And she used to be manager of the Coke factory, and she one of the influential business people in Grenada at the time. And she said, "We do not want the corned beef and cricks tourist in Grenada," right? And that was to suggest that Sir Eric Matthew Gary's politics of corned beef and cricks um, was a cheap kind of politics. He used to distribute corned beef and cricks to the senior citizens. We like to say old people. As long as we live, all of us are going to get there someday, right? So that is how demeaning that is. Now, Trinidad and Tobago, in the eyes of the Caribbean, is looked upon as Mother Trinidad, right? Energy rich nation. When there's a hurricane, anything that happens, anything that goes wrong, these smaller islands, the OECS islands, look to Trinidad first and foremost. Before they go beyond that, they look up to Trinidad as Mother Trinidad for help. Okay, so for Watson Duke to be bringing this loaf of bread politics, why are you doing that, Watson Duke? My question to you is why are you doing that? That is really a cheaper end to go of the politics. It is belittling, and I am happy for those who are refusing that loaf of bread. And I am totally personally against that kind of politics, right? You can't tell the people publicly why you are doing that because it doesn't mean anything. And then Philip Edward Alexander come and say, well, he's going to throw in cheese and sausage. If you want to give hampers, give hampers. The reason why it is possible for you to distribute your loaf of bread politics is because of the hardship that the world is facing, because of a real or imagined um, pandemic um, that was unleashed on us, on our world, and the hardship that it brought with lockdowns and loss of jobs and so on. So the people are vulnerable and apparently don't have the strength, many of them, to say no thank you to Watson Duke for your loaf of bread. But the people must reject that kind of politics. And Philip Edward Alexander, you don't have to follow that kind of politics. You don't have to throw in anything like sausage and cheese in that, because that is very similar to Eric Gary's corned beef and cricks politics of so many decades ago in Grenada that Grenadians have rejected and abandoned. And Watson Duke is coming with the loaf of bread politics, and with the cheese and the sausage thrown in, then we have bread and sausage politics, bread and cheese politics, which is no different to the corned beef and cricks politics. And I personally, I must say, Braveboy, I say to you, Trinidad and Tobago, reject that kind of politics. If Watson Duke wants to distribute hampers, but this loaf of bread thing is cheap, and you all must reject it and must not accept it. And that is all I really came here to say. But this is a test because I'm trying to do lives on my computer since my phone volume is very low, and until I learn how to fix the haziness. So until everything is sorted out, I just wanted to come on and talk about Watson Duke's loaf of bread politics, and why Trinidad and Tobago, Mother Trinidad, who the small islands look up to, do not descend into that kind of politics and reject Watson Duke's loaf of bread politics. Please. I am Marcia, Braveboy. Thank you for listening, and thank you for tuning in to the Braveboy Report, where, as they say, share the life.